Okay.
All right. So my era is 1994 through 1998. Um, just this list of albums that came out, and I only picked 5 for each year. One year I did pick 6, but for the most part, I picked 5 albums that came out in every year. So starting with 1994, we have Regulate by Warren G. We have Illmatic by Nas. We have Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music by Outkast. We have Ready to Die by Biggie, and we have Creeping on a Come Up by Bone.
That's all classics.
Correct.
Those are all classics. Like,
correct. Yeah. You're going to notice a pattern here, sir. You're going to notice a pattern here with every year that I got.
Okay.
You know, Illmatic, they consider that almost like one of the best albums musically of all time. Not even just in rap. That's like considered one of the best just albums in music.
I feel like I won't say music, but I will say it's if we was to have the hip hop version of Michael Jackson Bad, I would put Illmatic in that short list. I'm sure you're going to get to it, but the Chronic. Anyway, I'm not going to take it. But, there's other classic albums.
That's actually before my era, sir. The Chronic came out in 1993. Okay. So that's a year before my era. However, we can shout out Doggy Style. Doggy Style came out in 94. So,
good point.
So all classics. We already, got that established. Yeah. So let's move on to 1995. What came out? There's no way they had a repeat year that strong, right? Well, we got Only Built for Cuban Links by Raekwon. We have The Infamous by Mobb Deep. We have East 1999 Eternal by Bone Thugs and Harmony. We have Me Against the World by Tupac. We have Lifestyles That Are Poor and Dangerous by Big L. And we have Safe and Sound by DJ Quick.
Yeah, you are about to begin making this unfair. Now I'm like going through some of my years, and I'm like trying to like match up a few just to match up a few, and it's like, man, you making this hard.
But also, this is because I don't want to jump the gun and like take.
Go ahead, say whatever.
Technology in the 90s is not where technology is in any of these eras. And that is as technology changed, music changed.
Mm-hmm.
And not only in the creation landscape, in the receivables landscape, like how we receive music. Let's because hold on, what's your era again, Eric?
2010 through 2015.
See, that's the Steve Jobs the iPod era, Apple Music.
Yeah, but I would argue, and I hope Eric touches on certain songs that I'm thinking about in certain projects, but there's classics that came out in that era, in my opinion, that still hold up today. So I don't necessarily think that argument all the way, like I do get what you're saying because the way we consume music and because of the I would even argue the pace that music comes out at, it's almost like you don't really have time to sit with it and really judge things to be a classic or not. But at the same time, I feel like we do still have examples of that, of albums that have lasted the test of time over years. And so it's like Kendrick does it every time, damn near. Like every time he drops an album, that shit lasts until the next one he puts out. So it's like, Cole does it.
That's true.
Drake hasn't been as strong performing lately, but he's historically done that. So I still think classics out there.
Wouldn't those be more exceptions? Wouldn't those be more exceptions than the rule?
Yeah. But a classic should always be the exception. If a classic was the rule, then it wouldn't really be a classic, would it?
I beg to differ.
Then is anything amazing?
You said it again?
I said if everything's amazing, then is anything amazing?
I don't think everything was amazing.
I'm not saying, but that's classic. That's what I'm comparing.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like everything can't be a classic. It don't matter how good everything is. If it's not accepted as a classic pretty much amongst the masses, then it's not one. You know what I'm saying? Like there's personal classics and shit, but then there's also like general, in my opinion. So But let's move on. 1996, Reasonable Doubt by Jay-Z, The Score by the Fugees, All Eyes on Me by Tupac, the Machiavelli album, also by Tupac. It Was Written by Nas.
Yeah, see, that's
You got an
my
unfair
favorite
error.
Nas album in there.
Y'all
You
had
got
your
a- you-
choice. I'll let y'all
you got-
pick.
You got an unfair error.
Yeah,
I
you
got
really
Because
do.
also the artists that you listen have the longest body of work.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
I just went through 2 years and Jay-Z's name didn't pop up until right now.
that's what I'm saying. But so I'm not judging 1994 Jay-Z. I'm judging 2024 Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, he was great then. This is what, and now we were able. It's like fast forwarding into the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
But
I got a question.
Yo, if you like that clip, make sure you become a member today at patreon.com/Ethos Media Network. That's where you're going to find the full length episodes of every single podcast. A Trip to Venus, Entreprenegros, OTI Open to Interpretation, of course, the bar exam, and you're going to get exclusive interviews on Politics as Usual over there as well. So make sure you become a member, patreon.com/Ethos Media Network. Peace.